All right, we're back. So I've been grinding a lot off screen again,
As you do.
as always. It's my, to compensate for my lack of skills, I gain experience. That's why I level a lot, because like some games is make it easier. I don't claim to be really good at this game, but that's how I do it.
If the game gets easier by playing it more, you'd prefer to go about it doing powering up that way,
Yeah.
as opposed to
Get me getting better.
get you getting better.
Yes.
Understood.
All right.
Yeah,
So we there were some things that we talked about that were a little bit inaccurate. We talked about how we thought Tabata was the one who made the
Wrong name.
The wrong name. We were talking about the wrong name. It was
Yep.
Toriyama,
Toriyama.
the writer
Yep.
who did.
So I'd like to apologize humbly, formally. Moshewake arimasen. I have called out the wrong person for their. What's her name? I was going to say Cloud.
Lightning.
Lightning
Lightning.
for their lightning fetish.
Yes.
So
Lightning in the first Final Fantasy 13 is not so
so I heard it's really 2 and 3 where it starts to get
yeah,
too
it's
much.
because that's why when you talked about it was like, huh? What are you talking about? Because I played the first one, but I forgot that the second and third one was like that. A little bit more. I mean, I played the second one.
Yeah, you set that up in a way where it's like you were gonna say, "Oh, I only played the first one," but you've played all 3.
No, I didn't play Lightning Returns.
Oh.
I pre-ordered it. I got the game.
You have multiple copies of
But
it.
no, no, I just never got around to it. Like because we at the point when I got the copy, we entered the
Yes.
PlayStation 4, and I stopped playing PlayStation 3.
Right.
So this guy has like, you can ask question to Maeda.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to ask about, like or want to know about?
Well, I mean, before I forget, I mean, I'm still on my apology tour.
Oh, okay, go.
Because I mean, if there's anything you can do in the meantime, because
No.
I accidentally
I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
Go ahead.
I accidentally thought Maeda was the character from the books, and he is not. So that was also a mistake. Big mistakes, tons of mistakes happening. Mistakes in the form of going off on unnecessary. Oh, you didn't take your shower yet. How about that?
I there was condition that to make in the previous condition I cannot let the detector touch me. So that's how you unlock the shower, by doing like certain hidden objectives.
So the shower is a reward for your performance.
Yes, of the previous mission.
I hate that. Anyway, moving on. Just not explaining myself correctly, just going off on tangents and ranting and raving, and I kind of am not happy with how I over-explain things and try to. Anyway, I was in a bad. I was not blah. I don't like the way I talked things over last time, so that's what it is. That being said, I'm also. You ever hear about riding high on uppers followed by downers? You know
No.
what that's about? It's
Like up and down?
yeah, like uppers like cocaine, and downers like alcohol.
Okay.
Right. So I'm riding high on the uppers that is known as the finale of the Wonderful 101. You see, and that took a whole lot of dopamine out of my system. Dopamine.
Yeah.
And now we're going full on downers. So I'm going from my coke high over to my shots of Jack, which is this game right here. So the highest mountaintop.
We gotta go chill.
The highest mountaintop leads to the lowest valley, and then the bottom of the ocean, which is the third birthday. Of course, in the process of making all the mistakes we made, it pains me to have to think that it's like, oh, dude, you were going in too hard and dumb on a game that's awful, but...
To be fair, this game is dumb.
But whatever, I guess. I'm sorry.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good? Okay, let's talk about what I have right now. So I have Barrier, which is Aya maybe can become invincible after taking damage, which is super good. And like when you're playing against like really difficult bosses, then you will be invincible for a while. You know, there's a proc for that. Power Surge, I already covered that. Critical Shot too. Oh yeah, Barrier. I've been both to have, so I could have level 25. And here's an interesting thing: Inferno. Press circle during liberation to sacrifice yourself and deal major damage to all enemies.
So you can kill the person you're possessing.
Yes.
For a big bomb.
Yes.
Seems fair.
Fair.
Seems like a cool Brea thing to do. That's who she is.
Sacrificing people.
Yeah, you're also in the present now.
Yes, I am in present because if you remember what happened.
Yeah, the lab is gone.
The lab is gone.
So now, what contrivance will there be so that the gameplay can continue to consist of jumping from body to body? Because the machine that doesn't do that, that does that, is gone now. So we'll have
the machine makes you go to the past. You can go the overdrive without the machine.
God damn it. Okay.
You want any question here?
Yeah,
you want
sure.
to know?
Let's find out.
Okay, what's the mission?
And yes,
Tower mission
to everybody,
has begun.
you are hearing the sound
Kyle
of punished
Madigan has
Woolie.
been spotted in the area.
That's correct.
You should go with them. Now's your chance to save Eve. The main goal is the destruction of the Babel, but the troops have already begun to lose manpower.
Any troops I can dive into?
The Alpha team covering the flank is an option, but an enormous Twisted is in their path. They're not in the best position. They're at a standstill.
Any other options?
There's an immobile tank that should be good enough to fire off a few rounds.
Apparently, someone said that Cray was supposed to be a boss fight, and then they just removed it from the game.
Yeah.
So he goes evil, and then nothing happens.
Well, I mean, it's you don't fight him.
Yeah.
You know,
so
also,
that would explain the weird jump between him going super evil and going inside of the girl.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's being all peaceful. Right? In the next scene, it's almost as if there was a boss fight where you're supposed to beat him until he submits.
There was also, you know, how bad, you already know how bad this writing is, right?
Awful.
But remember Hunter Buzz Owens?
Yeah.
He's not in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Because you know, like whatever his blood was, who
It
cares?
ended.
We just wiped it with the
It's gone.
we're changing the game. This game is wiping whatever is in the past, including Parasite Eve 1 and 2. This, every chapter is like that. So you wanna
Wait, it's wiping out Parasite Eve 1 and 2?
Well, no, but I mean figuratively in the sense that we're because so far we're playing, it doesn't really making them a lot of reference in the past game, right?
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that was a joke.
Yeah.
Really, that was the joke.
Sorry. Well, I'm waiting
No,
on.
it's okay. It's okay. You're alright.
I'm dying. I'm kind of dying, but I'm also waiting on a big twist to explain
You destroyed
why
a Babel.
there's no
but
connection.
Things don't seem to be getting any better.
I know. All I regained was Eve's memory.
This is all so fascinating. So much research, so little time.
It's all his doing.
That Kyle Madigan, correct?
Right now they're blaming Cal Madigan for the twisters.
Yeah,
The
because
Eve that I
he
saw.
appeared at the same
Do you know
time.
what that was?
Eve's presence in itself is a time paradox. There was an incident that was supposed to determine her fate. However, it still hasn't been...
Resolved as of yet?
Exactly. Her fate is still undecided. She exists and doesn't exist at the same time. Yet you're able to see her.
So someone's messing around with the past. I thought the device was destroyed.
It's possible that the CTI created another device that can handle the overdive technology. Or are trying to create one.
Another device?
The problem with this game is that a lot of plot, a lot of
The
information
problem with this game is
is
this
that you have to
game.
read. Yeah. You have to read the file to understand everything.
Because it doesn't actually say
all,
it.
all you see is just like
Text dump.
You sound as if you've had experience with it.
Yeah, it's the sloppiest way of exposition.
Snuck into the CTI building.
Show,
and got
don't
kicked out
tell.
almost immediately. But I discovered something amazing.
Play, don't read.
Can I have the condensed version?
Xenogears.
The core of the device consisted of components from the Babel.
Money,
Some
I know.
kind of mysterious, unstable organism. Quite similar to the cells found in your body, actually. It's a strange coincidence indeed.
We should have
Why
Devil
would
May
they
Cry
use
2 this
Babel
game.
components?
Devil May Cry 2.
We should have Devil May Cry 2 this game.
Do you care about these two, or you would just want to go?
Yeah, actually, they're pretty important because they're characters from the first two
Kyle
games.
Madigan is your ex-fiancé. Most of his past data has been erased. But what I do know is that he took Eve and is now hiding out in the North Shallows Tower. However, there was something strange. When the Twisted attacked the CTI building, apparently the security cameras caught him destroying the overdive system.
Why?
The corpse of an employee was found in the main building of the CTI. The Twisted don't leave bodies. So what happened? No one knows. I smell a conspiracy.
Does banging Aya give you powers?
Who knows?
Someone erased your past. I knew it. It was done on purpose. Don't worry. We'll get your memory back.
I mean, you've heard about
When
the
did you
powers
come
that
over
Mary
from
Jane
Japan?
got from banging Peter
The
Parker,
second
right?
heard about
Right,
the
I
Twisted,
haven't heard.
I'm
I
always
mean, I heard.
prepared to travel
Yes.
at the drop
You've
of
heard?
a hat.
Yes, I heard.
You never
It's a
know
pretty
when
impressive
research is
superpower.
going to call.
It's called cancer.
Or maybe
And
I
that's how they
sensed it.
lost their child by radioactive.
Sensed what?
My
Superpowers!
princess was in distress.
It's a superpower.
I wasn't paying attention. Did you? Who cares?
Just talked about himself a little
Alright,
bit, but he
never
I'd
didn't.
be happy to answer any of
Anything
your
else we really
questions.
want to know, or before we go?
I
or-
mean, basically what I'm looking for is the connection to the previous games, as loose and as awful as it's going to be, so...
Okay, well, we're not gonna find any more.
Yeah, I suppose not. But we're now on a new timeline, right?
Yes, this is the new timeline now. So.
Well, in terms of files, it should be on... like-
yeah. Did you want to take a look?
Is it 5 or 4?
We're on. I don't remember anymore.
4. Okay.
Alright, so what's new? Operation Red Fog. The difference is that I was there.
Boss fight deleted from the game.
A new prediction.
What?
Every time there's a prediction is different. Like here, it was 4 years.
Who wrote
and now
the? Who's writing the prediction? Go to it. What is this based on?
Okay.
Supercomputer calculations at the U.S. Army Research Laboratory. I see. Wow, that's a very casual way to state the end of a country.
I mean, it was like that from the beginning, right? There was a prediction to wipe out, and that's why we go to the past. Every time we went to the past, is for the operation that they failed, the army failed, you know. And but when we went to the past, we made it succeed.
So are we in like a like near apocalyptic setting, basically?
Yeah, I would say so. Like,
So- Okay.
no, we from the first paradigm time, it's already apocalyptic, whatever. I don't know.
Apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic, right?
So
And so that's why we try to fix that. That's remember
so
when
Christmas.
we went,
So the Christmas, but the Christmas event, life was normal, right?
yeah, the Christmas event was 3 years ago.
So if
We're 2010.
Yeah,
We're
so-
2013.
so in the course of those 2.5 years,
everything's fucked.
and everyone. Okay, so we're almost about to hit the apocalypse. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So life outside is not normal.
No, it's not.
Right. Okay.
So that's why every time we went to a past and we tried to fix it, but it seems like every time we
Yes.
fix something, it makes something
I'd be
worse.
happy
Yeah.
to answer.
Alright. Let's go.
Well, if two people are fucking around with time, then
Alright.
Row.
Well, 2 people fucking with time, huh? That's what you think.
Well, I'm just saying, casual time fuckery is. It's like. Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, Woolie. If you could overdive into the past and you want to make as much impact to the humanity,
Worms are up.
how much? I cannot play it now. I have to wait for the cutscene.
Okay. Where would I go? What would I do?
What would you do to make the biggest impact on humanity?
I would overdive back to my own birth and cancel it so that this moment right here didn't have to happen. That's the biggest impact on humanity I can
No,
imagine.
that's the biggest impact on yourself, dude. You might as well just go back to the past because you can control anyone, right? So you might as well dive into your parents and stop yourself from getting born.
There was a joke about like, hey, time travel is awesome if you're white. Because if you're not, how about we keep it around like, I don't know, 1985, which coincidentally is the year I was born. So, if you really want to think about it, if you want to get really real with it, why the fuck would I go back to a time when people probably want me dead on sight? It might not be a great idea, you know?
Because you're not going as yourself, you're doing somebody's body.
So
you can fuck somebody up by doing that.
So time travel and overdive?
Yeah.
Both, you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. If you have the overdive ability and to go to the past.
So Quantum Leap.
Do
you know the show Quantum Leap?
No, I don't know.
Okay, it's a famous show that consists of a guy that goes into different people's bodies, like overdiving, and then he gets stuck inside their body until he fixes their problems in life, and then he switches to the next person.
Okay.
And he's trying to find his way home.
When it's inside that person, does it have control to that person?
Yes, full control.
Okay.
When he looks in the mirror, he sees them, but he's the one in their consciousness, and sometimes it literally involves going into the past. So Quantum Leap.
Okay, but I'm not saying necessarily you have to fix something. You might cause something too for this game, right? Like say I don't know. I'm just gonna example. You went to overdive into Hitler and then you caused suicide. You know, like I'm just.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that would like?
The trajectory of our planet is one that is actually terrifying to modify because, like, killing baby Hitler, what does that mean? We never learned the lesson of how horrible people can be. So, oh God, okay, that's a bad place to walk down. Okay. No,
I was just putting that as an hypothetical. You would have to explore it. All I'm saying is that it would make an impact into the world. I'm not saying for the good or for the bad. It would change the world.
Like, live on WoolieVersus, discussions about how undoing the Holocaust would be a mistake. Let's not save all those people so that we can live the way we do now. Nah, man, I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like on the one hand, I kind of just want to hot tub time machine it. You ever seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah, no. Is that the comedy movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Well, spoiler alert for a comedy movie from 10 years ago. They go back to the past and then basically just the dudes in the past like invests in Google. He invents Google. He invents Microsoft. He invents
taking credit for all the work, but for himself.
And then he brings music from the future into the past as well, and just basically becomes a super person.
Yes.
A super celebrity, and he becomes like super powerful and crazy. He's the Bill Gates and the Bezos and the Elon Musk all in one person. It's crazy. So you take all the credit. As there's that.
I would do that.
There's that route, right?
When that's done, they're planning on taking down the whole place.
But the other question, and the real one that would probably be really interesting, would be to head back to goddamn Jerusalem, Calvary specifically.
Oh yeah.
And just go find that dude on the cross and just be like, hey man, you got powers or what? You know? And just kind of hang out and see if he actually came out of that tomb 3 days later, you know? Or just follow beforehand and kind of see. It's like, okay, hold on a second. Are you actually turning water into wine? And then pulling out infinite fish and bread? Or are you kind of just exaggerating while giving people good advice? You know? Because chances are, back then, we were really, really stupid.
Yeah.
And someone who had really good advice for just living in general could have been seen as, you know, a divine being for just having some solid, hey, don't treat people like shit. You know? So, I feel like, yeah, I would be selfish and either make myself a bajillionaire and then, I don't know, maybe somehow make the excuse and say that, like, if I was a bajillionaire, I'd change the world for the better by giving Platinum Games money and saving the Dreamcast.
Okay, how about let's put it another way. How about if you can overdive into yourself, and do you have any regrets in your life, like or maybe small regrets, like I don't know, something you want to fix?
Oh yeah, there's that thing I said that one time when everybody was watching, and it was really embarrassing. I'd definitely go back and kick me in the nuts to stop me from saying that again, for sure. Or that other thing was pretty bad. Yeah.
What's the other thing?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those, man. There's no question. What are we doing here?
Okay, how about I'll talk about me. I got a regret that I want to fix.
What would that be? Would that be last session?
No.
Okay. Where words were said?
No.
Okay.
Action I did. I did something and I always regretted it, and I was being a coward. I couldn't tell that person that I did it, so I lied to them person, and I feel really bad about it, and I never got around to telling them how sorry I am.
How long ago was that?
That was maybe 10 years ago.
Ah.
So that thing that I did.
Did it end the friendship?
Hopefully not. Hold on. Okay, before I get to that. So I can go into, check this out, Inferno. I'm gonna use
Liberation.
Inferno.
And right before it's up,
There you go.
sacrifice.
Now I just sacrificed the person, and I died.
What the fuck?
And I died because I did overdive into somebody else before I didn't do it in time.